from recording videos. I've had a bad back. But over the course and getting my CDL and pursuing a bus driving job, I guess you could say. Mine and my wife's bank account, and that's all that matters. But anyway, so let's talk about some of the changes that we got going on here. I believe the last time I was with you, we had field 34 here. That was the last episode. We sold all those silage bales. So what we did is we sold field 34. I sold field 34 and I sold field 40 after we got done harvesting. And what else did I do here? I done something else. Oh yeah, that's right. I bought field 38 here. It's the main reason I bought this is, I mean, it's a decent sized grass field. It's not. Hello, Mr. John. How's it going, buddy? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. But I bought this field here just because it kind of gives us a little shortcut to the shop, if you will. And I'll go up and show you here in just a few minutes what we did. All I did is even though you can't remove the hedges, you know, I still put a road through here to the gate over here, just so to keep me from having to drive all the way around. And we can use it for hay ground when we get ready. So after I done all that, I got up to a pretty good bit. I believe I did pay back some of the loan. I can't remember if I did or not. I think I did. So that's down to 500,000. Let's go. What am I looking for here? This is my finances. Let's go look at the harvest income. I have been on here playing a little bit, guys. I haven't done a lot, but the reason we're up to 472,000, if you look at our harvest income, we made 150,000. On Wednesday we made 65,000. On Thursday, and then yesterday I got on and was selling, or in the in-game yesterday, if that makes any sense. We made 206,265 bucks. And the reason for that is we sold eggs. I don't know if there is a I haven't sold any silage bales, hadn't sold any lumber, no milk. I don't see anything just for eggs. I guess it falls under on the back of our trailer. I ended up selling 2 pallets because I was having to take a forklift up there and unload the pallets, and I didn't want to do that, so I got rid of a couple of pallets. So now we only got 4 egg pallets instead of 6. But that is where we are at now. We'll jump in the truck here. We did get, I meant to show you this a while ago, all of our cornfields have been harvested. 47, 49, what used to be our field 40, 41, and field 6. I am currently in the process of plowing all this. As you know, everybody knows we got the Weber plowback, which is a fantastic, and we also got the dang, what's that thing called? The Lizard something something or another, Xylor, something like the Xylor, the stump grinder from BSM is what I'm trying to say. We got it too. So I'm thinking only there really ain't that many trees on here that's really in my way. I might go over here, might lease one and go over here and cut us a path through so we can get from all these fields without having to drive all the way around. Maybe do something like that. But I've already got the harvester over there and a tractor, I believe. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's that's happened since. I think, did I buy this? Yes, I did. I forgot about that too. I did buy this little plot of land up here as well. Yeah, I just bought this piece right here. I think you can, yeah. I bought this piece right here. It is a, I believe it's grass up here. So we will take a look at that later on once we get done with harvest. And what my plan is to do is to knock our big fields out and then finish off goodness, excuse me, finish off with our smaller fields. So that's what we're going to do today. I know I told you guys a while back that I was going to do, when it come to harvesting, I was probably going to live stream everything, just because it's hard for me to make videos when that's just all I've got to do is, you know, harvest. So I just assume live stream these episodes, and I would try to make a video with it. But good news about seasons. It's coming along pretty well. Pretty excited about that. What does our eggs look like here? So our egg boxes are almost full. We've got one more here. We're waiting to top off, and we'll be good to go. I need to clean this up real quick. The reason I went with these 4 here is because when I drive up over the sell point, they automatically sell, don't have any issues. So that's why I got rid of the other 2, which is no big deal. And we also, I think I talked about it in my last video, that we were going to get rid of our skid loader and we were going to purchase a telehandler. We went ahead and done that. As a matter of fact, we've done that, and we got us down to about $50,000, I think. And I think we even ended up having to borrow money. So, but we made a heck of a profit off of. If we look at our silos here, corn. I've only got, what is that, 20,000 liters of corn left. We sold all of our corn as soon as it come off the field. When I started getting low on space, I had to come in and put a extra storage bin up. Well, I tell you, those guys, they work fast, man. It take no time, and we had us a extra storage tank, or storage bin, what you call it, because I run out of room. I think these only hold, what, they hold now. They hold 300,000. They only held 200,000 when I had this built. So, but yeah, we was able to. I just had to do it for room because it was just kind of. I don't know what the words I'm looking for is. My mind has just went completely blank. I do apologize. Whoa, there's a wall right there. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much... Well, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say that's everything, because knowing my luck, it probably won't be everything. And I think I'll come across something else here in a little bit that I did that I forgot I did. So, yeah. Do got a few egg boxes over there we'll have to load up separately. We did get a video. This is 1 o'clock. They're calling for rain. Oh goodness. It has done rained. It's rained twice since I've been on this map. And those 2 times that it rained, it's rained for about 4 days altogether. Something like that. I mean, when it starts raining, and there ain't no stopping it. It's pretty crazy. Also, I posted on my Facebook earlier that we was going to get started with this live stream at 3 o'clock, and I was about 20 minutes late. I do apologize for that. I got caught up doing some things and catching up on a couple of YouTube videos, and I just kind of lost track of time. So I do apologize for that. See, I wish we could remove the hedges in here, then this would be a lot better. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because you can drive through, but it's kind of, you know. But this is road that I made through this field here. Pretty much, I tried to do it right down the middle of it, but you know, some pristine hay ground here we do need to probably need to get in here and plow it up and replant it, but I don't want to do that right now because with all this money that we got, we're just gonna start buying animals. I said after, you know, when harvest was done, which is not done, and I mean we've done good just off the corn, so, and we still got soybeans and oats left, which is 2 high paying crops. So see, what was I going to do up here? Was I just going to show y'all that? I think I was. Anyway, okie dokie. But anyway, I'll leave that part there, and we will switch over to the big guy here. Oh no, wrong thing. Okay, there we go. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to show you the kind of what I wanted to do here. We've been pretty successful here on this farm, on Grandpa's farm, taking it over and whatnot. So what I'm thinking, actually we don't even gotta clear no trees out, do we? Or did we? No, we don't. We just make a road right here. I think I was gonna make this field bigger, but all these little humps and stuff kind of threw me away from that. But anyway, so Goodness, excuse me. I was thinking about. Oh, man, I wish I could remove the hedges. That would be awesome. Maybe they'll make that happen in the update when it comes out. I'm guessing maybe he's like a lot of people, a lot of modders that wait until Seasons comes out on console before they send in updates for their maps. I don't know if that's true for this map, but I know the Old Farm Countryside and Welker Farms, stuff like that, they're waiting for Seasons to come out before they send in an update, which I don't blame them, because you know, you send in an update now and then you got to send in another one for Seasons, so we'll just have to wait and see about that. But I have been looking at some property in Oregon. Anybody that watched my videos in 17, you kind of know where I'm going here with this. Definitely waiting on Lone Oak to come out. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out on 19. Man, I think I know it was over 460 hours on Lone Oak on 17. That was the very first map that kind of, you know, got me away from the, you know, I'm only going to play a map that's got rectangle fields or whatever, square fields. Once Lone Oak came out, it just kind of changed my whole perspective on it, so now I don't really mind playing any map at all now. There's a lot of good maps on 17 that I didn't play just because they didn't have square fields. And I actually, after I played Lone Oak for a while, went back and, you know, played on some of them. I'm like, you know, damn, I missed out. Just because I didn't want to play it because it didn't have square fields. So, definitely looking at going to Lone Oak maybe. It really depends. Well, actually, no, I ain't even going to say that because, like I said, Lone Oak was my favorite map, so. There was that one and one more. I can't think of it right now, but yep. So right now, Lone Oak is the plan. You know, I think we come in here, we took over Grandpa's farm. We're making a profit with it. I mean, obviously we still got a a loan, but you know, once we start selling some of these crops, see what soybeans is going for right now. 2,900 bucks. That's not bad. I do got the dynamic camera on, so that's why it looks the way it does. Y'all give me just a second. How's everybody else been, man? How is Alright, that is great news. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys and gals. It's always a good day when you get some good news about getting some debt off your back. But anyway, how you guys been doing, man? I know I've been sitting here talking and blabbing on. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Like I said, I just been busy, man. Just been busy. Life comes before. As I like to say, real life comes before digital life. So it's really bothered me. I know there was another map that I was interested in going to, but it ain't out yet. So I don't know. I mean, I don't plan on getting rid of this farm. I don't plan on selling Grandpa's farm. I'm definitely not going to do that. It'll definitely be fun to come back and visit this map once season comes out. And the crazy thing about it, man, is a lot of people seem to be upset, console players at that, seem to be upset that, we didn't get seasons at the same time as PC and Mac. And if you think about it, seasons is no different than any other mod. I mean, everything has to go to PC first just because Giants does not have they don't have a system set up to be able to test stuff on consoles right away. So they have to test it on PC first. As long as it passes PC, then it goes straight. Then it goes in for console testing. And so I mean, be patient, man. I mean, right now the only whoa, what the hell was that? Damn alien in my field. What the heck? That was weird. Anyway, the thing about it is right now there is only 2 maps that are completely seasons ready, and it's the in-game maps. So I'm glad that we don't have seasons right now, because it wouldn't really work correctly on a lot of these maps. It would still work, but you might not get all the features out of it. And that's just that's it's no good, man, no good. So I say let them do it. I mean, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, whether they are joking or whatever, they're just like, what the hell is going on today? What am I hitting over here? Oh, it's gonna be December before it comes to console. I highly doubt it's gonna take I doubt it's gonna take them damn near 6 months to get it brought over to console. Maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, sure, a couple of months. But I don't think, you know, I can't remember how long it took them to bring Seasons to 17, because I wasn't, when Seasons first came out on 17, I was not a fan of it, didn't like it, thought it was, too slow, kind of ridiculous, because I didn't understand it. I didn't really, I didn't know anything about it, didn't know how anything worked, and, of course, Mr. Silly P puts out his Let's Play videos and guide to videos on how to do that stuff, and I watched his, I think it was a 3-part series, and man, after that, and I started playing with it, it was freaking awesome, man. Fell in love with it, and now I can't play without it. Let me get to some of the comments here. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mr. John. It's kinda, I'm super surprised. You know, it's been quite a while since Golf Cart or Farmer Men came out with anything. I hope everything's going okay their way. Um, yeah, and I mean, yeah, seasons ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea because it wasn't in 17, and that's fine. But I mean, from a YouTuber standpoint, you know, there's only so much you can do in the base game before it kind of gets repetitive, if that makes sense. Just play it on a personal, you know, just play them on a personal level, I guess. You know, you can do what you want to, you know, and not have any problems. But when it comes to putting out content for YouTube, it just gets kind of, you know, okay, what am I going to do next? Um, you know, stuff like that. I got to get rid of that damn log pile. It's so laggy. And that's where I'm coming from. I mean, like I said, I didn't like Seasons when it first came out on 17. Didn't care nothing for it. And I know for a fact, you know, looking at what the hell, what is going on here today, man? Jeez. Um, I know for a fact when Seasons comes out for console on 19, there's gonna be a bunch of people that don't play it, and hey, that's fine, man. That's your choice. If you don't want to play it, you don't got to. That's the good thing about this game, man. Nobody can tell you how to play it. So, I mean, me personally, I'm looking forward to Seasons. It's one of the big things. I've been waiting for it for a while now, and been trying to keep up with it some. And but like I said, it's just from a, you know, trying to create content from that from that point of view or whatever. It's you know, there's only so much stuff you can do, especially on the console, because we're so limited to what we can do. I think I'm gonna cut this field in half. Actually, yeah, we'll cut it in half. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do on PC, as everybody knows, that we can't do on console. You know, you can go in, you can update the game files, you can, you know, make it to where, you know, this combine holds, you know, 1,000,000 liters, or it can harvest at 30 miles an hour. You know, just stuff like that. And you know, to me, that ain't my thing. Some people, you know, well, you know, everybody's different. That ain't my thing. I'm not a farmer in real life by any means, so I mean, I don't give a shit about, forgive my language, I don't care about, you know, the color of a machine, or whether it be yellow, green, yellow, blue, whatever, Fent green, whatever. I don't care. I mean, in the game, even if you are a real farmer, in the game, you know that all does the same stuff. That's just like this class DLC coming out. They're, you know, bringing us over 35 pieces of equipment from class, which is, you know, to farmers, that'll be freaking amazing. To me, I don't care. It don't bother me whatsoever. It's a tractor. That's the way I look at it. It's another tractor. Me personally, I would rather have a new map and a new crop. But you know, that's just me. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh my God, this game would be so much better if class was in it." Why? That does everything for every brand that's got the same horsepower or close to it. It does the same thing. You know. Let me see. Yeah, man. Especially, I actually went back to 17 a couple of weeks ago, and I started playing on Lone Oak again with Seasons, and it was tremendous. Mr. Silly P had a 3-part series, and it was very informative, very helpful. So maybe you can get some use out of it. Yeah, and I mean, it's, you know, some of these guys that are the bigger YouTubers, they, you know, they kind of plan things out, what they're going to do in this, and I don't consider myself a big YouTuber because I'm not, you know. I get on here and I play the game because I enjoy it, and I live stream it because people like to watch me do it. Just like people like to watch Farmer Men and Golf Cart Jockey, Farmer, you know, all these other console YouTubers. And it's, I don't know, it just gets to a point, no matter, you know, whether you got 100,000 subscribers or, you know, 114 subscribers, there's only so much content you can put out. You know, in the base game of FS19. Because now, if they made it to where it took, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 days for your crops to grow, then okay, you know, that would be a lot better than, you know, even on the slow. I've got my time on 5 times, and just on normal growth, shit, man, it don't take but about 2 days for your plants to grow, maybe 2.5. And so it just kind of gets, not only is it hard to put out, you know, good content, but it's also gets repetitive for the person that's doing it. You know, there's only so many times you can harvest a field. You know, and some people that enjoy, like Mr. John, you enjoy watching the videos that Farmer Men, Golf Cart, myself put out, and that's good. But there's some people that want to see something different every time they come on, and you know, you can't really satisfy those kind of people. But you know, just in my opinion, Seasons brings a whole new a whole new a whole new thing to the game. I mean, it just, I played on 3-day seasons, and I played on 6-day seasons. And not only that, this year, man, things are going to be so much different, especially if console, because I know they did say that once they go to test it for console through the Giants Q&A, there may be some stuff they might have to take out of it, which I kind of find that hard to believe, just because, you know, one of the guys works for Giants. So I mean, why the heck would you, you know, I'd have figured they'd have got some help along the way. Okay, hey Giants, can I put this in here for console? Will this work on console? Yada yada yada. And the reason I say that is because of like the different cattle breeds and the chicken breeds and the hog breeds. You know, that's just gonna bring a whole new dynamic to console, and I said it when it came out for PC. You know, I was like, why the heck can't we get this mod? And you know, Realisms, they found a way to implement it into Seasons, and I honestly don't see why we couldn't have it. Uh, but you know, who knows? I'm not gonna sit here and get my hopes up that it's gonna. Oh yeah, we're getting different cow breeds until the mod is released and I see it for myself, or until Realisms or Giants or whatever, they say, okay, this is allowed, we can do this. You know, we're going, you know, continuing on with testing or whatever. So, good things for sure. Good things for sure. Like it ain't, you know, Seasons last year was pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong, it was. But this year's version is, I think, going to be so much better, and it's going to be a lot more difficult. So it's going, you know, there's a lot of, like I said earlier, there's going to be a lot of players that just nope, don't want it. They'll try it out and they'll get bored with it, or they don't like it or something, and it'll be gone, or they'll get rid of it. But you know, with the extended time it takes to dry your hay and stuff, I need to repair this thing real quick. It's going awfully slow. You know, the time it takes for the so basically now when you go to cut grass, you can't just, you know, cut it green, ted it, and then bale it, you know, right back to back. Now you got to cut it, you got to let it dry. Then I think when it gets semi-dry, then you can rake it or ted it to finish it on off. And this is stuff that I've seen on Farmer Klein's videos. He's doing like a seasons, I forget what we call, like a seasons guide or whatever, kind of like what Mr. Silly P does. But I mean, obviously he's on PC. But I mean, it's just things like that, you know, that's, you know, the different weather patterns, the crop damage that you can take, not having to spray your whole fields and stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. I got a lot of hype for this year's versions of Seasons. Now, if it comes down to it and they go in, well, you know, Giants goes, well, you know, you can't have this, you can't have that, this ain't gonna work on console, and they just, you know, end up having to butter it down for, you know, pretty much to the 2017 version, then it's gonna be kind of disappointing. But you know, gotta do what they gotta do, I guess. Which I hope it don't come to that. They didn't have to change anything when Seasons come out in 17. They had to change absolutely nothing for it to come to console. So I'm hoping the same thing this year. But time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see. Enough room to get all this. Nope. There it is. Oh well. Let's go get our tractor and trailer. Is there any mods and testing that's caught you guys' eye that's, something that you really, 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 really want? We should make a lot of money off these 3 fields here. Oh, look, there's a bell that got away from him. This was about to the stage where Farming Simulator was at last year before Seasons comes out on console. Well, no. Let's see, Seasons come out. I can't remember when Seasons come out for console on 17. I can't remember if it was already year 2 or if it was shoot, I can't think of what I'm trying to say here again. If I lose you guys, I apologize. Hopefully I won't. Yep, you're exactly right. The John Deere announcement really got everybody's hopes up in the slot count, and I think class is going to be the same way. I mean, I think everybody's going to be excited for it, and it's just going. They're going to get all their hopes up for it, and then it's going to come out, and it's going, oh, here's a 400 horsepower tractor from class, but it's 45 slots. So oh yeah, I know it sure will. It surely will. If it isn't the same as John Deere, I'll be super surprised, and then people's gonna start asking questions. I guarantee you, if the slot counts are different for class than it is for John Deere, people are gonna start asking questions. But I mean, John Deere has already said, I seen it on Silver News a few weeks ago, and I posted about it on my Facebook page. John Deere said since they're part of the Farming Simulator League now that they have plans to bring more of their equipment to the game, which is a good thing for everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm no real farmer. I don't really give a shit what kind of tractor I use. But it, kind of gives you options, pretty much. It gives you options. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe after the Platinum Edition, the next big DLC will be, John Deere. I mean, we're only in year 1 of FS19, and we done got, let's see, what did we got the Cotton DLC. Oh shoot, what's the baling stuff? Son of a gun, what am I looking for here? The Anderson, let's see, we got the Anderson group. That was the very first DLC we got. What was the next one after that? The Terra variant. We got the Terra variant. which was a free DLC. Crap, what else did we get? Then we got the John Deere. Oh man, I can't think right off the top of my head how many we got. I know we've gotten at least 3 or 4, but a couple of them was free and 2 of them was paid. Now, if we don't get any more DLCs, will it just be in, you know, year 1 of the 2-year cycle? You know, what's the heck and what's the deal, you know, for next year? Because, you know, people that got the season pass, they had to pay an extra $40, and I don't feel like we've got $40 worth of DLC yet. So who knows? I hope we can at least finish this field here before it starts raining. Let me stop here. I gotta look at. You know, that's a good question. That's a very good question, Mr. John. And I would have to agree with you. It seems like that, don't it? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, really. John Deere knows that they got a lot of fans that play this game, and they just played hardball, and now they're still playing hardball. Okay, you know, if you know, just like the whole thing with John Deere mods. Yeah, you can have John Deere mods, but the doors has got to open on it. You know, I don't know if that was a John Deere thing or if that was a Giants thing, but I mean, whichever. It's kind of silly, you know, because it's just for that particular brand. So that's why I think it's for John Deere. There's something John Deere said. You know, they just think they're, you know, big shit, whatever. They don't, you know, because they're the top brand in the agricultural world, which is fine, whatever. But you know, you got people asking you to bring your brand to a video game, and then you want to sit there and act like, you know, act like you're better than everybody else. And you know, because I guarantee you, John Deere is the reason that the price on FS went up this year. I guarantee you. Be willing to bet my bottom dollar on it. And it's kind of silly, man. I mean, you know, John Deere is a big company. They got stuff all over the freaking world. You know, it's a global company now. But, you know, they just wanted to act, I don't know, kind of selfish, I guess. Because I guarantee you, most of that money that Giants made on this game, they didn't. I bet you John Deere got half of it, if not more, just for the license. Because somewhere, they probably sat down and was like, okay, you know, John Deere, we'll give you the license for this much money. And then Giants is thinking, okay, that's a lot of money, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to bump up our base game $20 from last year, and we're going to have to bump up the season pass, you know. I mean, $90 for this damn game, for the base game and the season pass, is absolutely bonkers, considering the base game of FS17 only costed like 35 or 40 bucks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I applaud Giants for getting the license because everybody's been asking for it for years and years and years. And I mean, I do use John Deere on my Let's Plays, but because it's a different brand, it's something new, it's something different, especially the modded tractors that Custom brought into the game. So, you know. Because I guarantee you, Giants probably would have been a lot better off going for Class first and then doing John Deere um, as an add-on brand for the Platinum Edition, I think. I don't know why John Deere wanted to play such hardball. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm gonna set a worker off here to do that. Okay. Yeah, I agree. That's another thing that I like about seasons is, you know, when you'll have the option now in seasons to just repair your vehicles, and then you'll have an option to repaint them. So if you repair them because they're broke, it's not gonna get rid of the scratches and all that stuff. So, you know, it's good things. Oh yeah, I mean, uh, Case New Holland, you know, is is big around here down in South Alabama. Uh, Especially right here in this little town that I live in, um, we've got a Case dealer and a John Deere dealer just across town from each other. And the farmer that's out here beside my house, all he does is he's a Case man. That's all he uses is Case. I don't know if it's because that's what his dad used, but that's all I've seen Mr. Kaiser use around here is Case. He's even got a Case a Case buggy. The only thing that he don't got, or the only thing he doesn't got that's, hold on just a minute. The only thing that he's got that is not Case is brand wise is his peanut picking equipment and his sprayer. He just brought a brand new Apache sprayer, I think last year. So, I mean, it's cotton over here. He did have uh, a John Deere cotton harvester that does the ram bales. I did see that. I don't know if that was contracted out or if that was his machines, but like I said, man, everything he's got, all his tractors are Case. Now it could be that he got rid of his Case harvester and went with a John Deere. Who knows? But I know there was a couple of them out there, so that's why I kind of think it was contracted. But I mean, like you said, Case is just as big as Deere, and I agree. I mean, you got Case tractors all over the world, you got Deere tractors all over the world, you got New Holland tractors all over the world. When it comes down to it, all it is pretty much based on, in the game here, it's going to be based on what you like the most, right? So if you like New Holland, then you're going to use New Holland. If you like Case, you're going to use Case. If you like Deere, you're going to use Deere. If you like Fendt, you're going to use Fendt. Whatever. In real life, it all comes down to the first thing that I always look to is who's closer. Just say you got a Case New Holland dealer, you got a John Deere dealership, and for shits and giggles, you got a Fendt dealership. Okay, what are you doing, dude? Oh well, it don't matter. Just say you got all those in one place, or not in one place, but you've got, just say the Case dealership is where you live at, right? Okay, the John Deere dealership is 2 hours up the road in the next town. And the Fendt dealership is, 2 hours in the other direction in the next town. So as a farmer, the first thing I would look at is, okay, where am I going to go first? Or the distance, okay? So I look at it, John Deere's 2 hours that way, Fendt's 2 hours that way, and I got Case right here. Case New Holland, okay? So you got two tractor brands right here. But say you go in there and the customer service is crappy, it's not a very big store, so they don't have parts, and or they just got guys working for them that they don't yeah, like I said, it's all based on preference. Somebody that's been raised up around John Deere the whole life, they're going to use John Deere. Somebody that's been raised around Case, they're going to use Case. But if you got, like I said, you got the Case New Holland dealer here, you got John Deere 2 hours that way, you got Fendt 2 hours the other way. So basically, you go to the Case New Holland dealership, they got shitty service, they don't got any parts, and the people there is just, stupid, whatever. So you go to the Fendt dealership 2 miles or 2 hours the other way. They got a good service department, whatever. And they get their parts all the time. So that's a good one. Then you go to the John Deere dealership, and I'm just using this as an example. You go to the John Deere dealership, and they got good service, they got all their parts, but they add the extent of, okay, we can deliver from our store to your farm overnight, whatever you need. So if you go back and weigh all your options, you can either stay here in town with Case New Holland, with the crap service and them not having parts and them not being able to tell you when they can get parts or whatever. You can go to the Fendt dealership, but you know that you're gonna have to drive 2 hours to go get your parts, even though you know they're gonna have it. Yada yada yada. Or you can go up here to your John Deere dealership. You can do your business with them. They got the parts. They got good service, and that they will deliver parts to your farm. So, you know, it is what it is. It's all preference, man. But in real life, you know, you got all kind of factors and elements that you got to look into to before you start purchasing equipment, I guess. Yep, that's a good way to look at it too, John. Oh yeah, on the game, a 400 horsepower case tractor is going to do the same thing as a 400 horsepower New Holland or a 400 horsepower John Deere. So I mean, it's just one of them things, man. But I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Appreciate y'all stopping by. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully at an earlier time, and I can finish up. Well, I doubt we'll finish up. This is probably going to be a 3 or 4 day ordeal here, but tomorrow we can probably get after it and stay on for a while. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Y'all take it easy.